This is a plateau. Plateau has many or multiple meanings. One meaning can be defined as high level ground, upland, or mesa. And interestingly enough, plateau can also be defined as when a person reaches a state where there is little to no change after a period of activity or progress. The question that I have for you: have you reached, or do you know anyone that has experienced the English plateau? The English plateau, it is a common occurrence or experience that English learners have, particularly when they reach the intermediate level as it relates to their proficiency. What does that mean? When I first started learning English, it seemed easier, but then as I became higher and higher in proficiency, I've experienced this plateau. Well, for some learners, the plateau means that they feel stuck at a certain level. They're at the intermediate level and they want to go another level higher, or the upper intermediate level. They just feel stuck. Or for some people define that plateau as they're not learning anything new. While others believe, you know what? They are not seeing the results that they want to see in any aspect of their English journey. They're stuck. They're in a rut. Now, interestingly enough, you might ask yourself the question, or certainly I've asked myself the question, what factors, if any, leads to a learner having a plateau? Well, let me share what I think some of those barriers, impediments, or issues might be. Not in any particular order. Lack of confidence, trust and belief in themselves, and lack of confidence leads to apprehension, leads to fear. Another reason, possibly, when a learner is not allocating the proper amount of time as it relates to studying or learning English. Another factor, having the same studying routine, using the same studying material. Another reason for a plateau, why it might exist, their goals are not specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, or timely. So not having SMART goals. And the last reason why a plateau might exist for some learners is by not having an educational support system to lift them up, to encourage them, to motivate them. So these are possible reasons that an English plateau might exist. Those are problems. And as I like to usually say, instead of saying it, I'm going to sing it. Why do you focus on the problem? Why do you focus on the problem? There is an opportunity to not focus on the problem and then focus on the solution. So what solutions, what remedies can be done that you, or maybe someone that you know, can overcome this plateau? Mindset change. And I believe personally, as someone who knows how to speak another language other than English, changing the way that I think is extremely important. Mindset change. How can I do that? Well, one way that I can do that is that I have to be very mindful of what I think and what comes out of my mouth. There is a proverb, death and life is in the power of the tongue. So mindset change allows me to sit back and say, instead of saying I can't, I won't, I don't have enough time, is to what? Use positive affirmations. I will, I can, I'm learning, I'm good, I'm on the right step. Nothing can stop me. So I have to train my brain. Another suggestion. Look at, or you have an opportunity to look at, identify your weakness areas as it relates to your journey. And think of your weaknesses as areas of development. So if you have a weakness / area of development as it relates to grammar or vocabulary or pronunciation, one of the things that I suggest that you do is to develop SMART goals, develop a specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, timely, SMART goals for 30 days. Whatever your weakness or area of development is, and then monitor your progress. How? What can I do to monitor? Record yourself, write the information down, solicit and get feedback from your inner circle, people that you trust or you respect. Possibly look into getting a teacher or tutor that will help you, but focus on your specific problems by developing a SMART goal plan for 30 days. What else can you do to get rid of, delete, eradicate the plateau? I like this. This is an idiom. Push the envelope. See the fake envelope? What do I mean by push the envelope? You have an opportunity to do an assessment with respect to what particular material you are using to achieve your English goals and change that. If you were the type of person where most of the time when you're learning English through a textbook, throw out the textbook and find another way to study English. Podcasts, videos, find a private tutor. However, adapting different learning strategies might get you a different result. So you have to push the envelope. If you basically keep doing the same thing over and over again, I at least get the same results. So push the envelope, find different ways to study English by using different materials. Now the next suggestion I really like. You. That's right, you. What do I want you to do? Become a teacher. That's right, you. You are now the teacher. Teach someone English. Either at your level, possibly above your level, and certainly my recommendation, below your level. Become a teacher. Teach someone English. What's the value? Why am I saying that that is important? Particularly when you are teaching someone English, you have the ability to think of vocabulary words, grammatical expressions, to put English in context, to explain, speak, talk in English at that person's level. So the value of teaching is that you are using all 4 language skills, you're trying to communicate your thoughts and your ideas, and when you are a teacher, you're also a student. And the benefit of teaching is this, particularly at someone at a lower level. The thing that I love about that is, particularly let's say for example, you're at the intermediate level, you want to go to the upper intermediate level, but then you start teaching someone English that's beginner or even upper elementary, for example. You have to be able to convey English or teach them or express yourself in words that you know. And remember, when you are a teacher, you're not only using verbal communication, you're using nonverbal communication, and you have other material that you can use. Pictures, social media. So you know what I want you to do? You are now the teacher. And remember, when you teach, you are learning. So you're a teacher and a student. Another way to possibly overcome your plateau, I call lie, L-I-E. It's an abbreviation. I'm not telling you to lie or not tell the truth. No, live in English. Immerse yourself in English as much as possible. Connect your passion, your hobbies, your interests in English. And hopefully by doing that, what you recognize and you realize is the following. When you have an emotional connection to something, when you live in English, you are moving from a point of where you're studying English, learning English, and you're living it. And that can be in all aspects of your life, personally, professionally. So live in English. Also, I want you to remember something in living in English, immersing yourself in English. Something that I will define as the 2 R's. First R, reflect. Reflect on your English journey. Constantly reflecting, what do you like, what can you improve on, and also in addition to that, celebrating your English journey, celebrating your success. So reflect. And the other R is repeat. Take opportunities daily in your life to repeat. Redo the English that you've learned. For when you repeat something, at least for me, the more I repeat, the more I retain. So, the 2 R's. Those are some suggestions that I have for you to overcome your English plateau. Let me share some last thoughts as I conclude this video as it relates to the English plateau. If you're at the intermediate level and or above, the plateau is normal. You can overcome your plateau by challenging yourself, by utilizing different strategies. And in addition to that is to recognize and understand that English is a journey. It's not a sprint. Fluency is a lifelong process. And remember, there is a difference between fluency lifelong and proficiency. So recognize that, you know what? If you put in the work, if you're consistent, if you ask questions, if you seek assistance, you can overcome this particular plateau by recognizing also that you have the opportunity to focus on your solutions and not the problems. When you do that, practice, I believe, makes better, and practice makes permanent. The English plateau. That's what I have for you. If you don't know who I am, let me briefly introduce myself. Hey, this is Teacher Will. Welcome to the place where you and I learn together. That's my hope, and certainly that's my prayer. If you're new, welcome to the ATW family. Please feel free to click on that subscribe button, hit that bell notification so that when I drop a video, you are made aware of it. And in addition to that, if you find this video of value, please share it with someone that you might think of that might need to hear this particular message, because sharing is caring. Or as we say in my culture, listen, if you get knowledge, pass it forward and you'll be blessed. So, the English plateau. You can overcome it. You can do it. You are here at the plateau, but remember, through work, through consistency, through perseverance, you can exceed. I'll see you soon, hopefully.